Mango, often hailed as the king of fruits, reigns supreme due to its versatility. It's enjoyed fresh and incorporated into a range of desserts, juices, and preserves. Beyond its delicious taste, mango packs a punch of essential nutrients like vitamins A, B, and C, along with sugars, carbs, proteins, fats, fiber, and hydration. Mango trees are large and remain verdant throughout the year, with some specimens living for several decades. They originally come from Asia, thriving in warm, rainy climates, but can also grow well in different places, from warm to tropical. Nowadays, there are lots of different kinds of mangoes because people have mixed them to make new types. This has led to mango farming spreading all over the world. Globally, mango cultivation covers over 5.41 million hectares, approximately 13.4 million acres. The mango farms employ many locals during the harvest season, providing valuable income to the community. Many mango farms strive to adopt sustainable farming practices, including reduced chemical use and enhanced biodiversity. Mangoes prefer warm weather and struggle in cold climates. They thrive best when it's not too hot or too cold, typically between 15 to 27 degrees Celsius, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. They can grow well at different heights, from sea level to up to 600 or even 1,400 meters, 4,593 feet above sea level. Although mature mango trees can handle very hot temperatures up to 48 degrees Celsius, 118 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a big chance the fruit might get sunburned or not develop properly. Some trees can grow tall, reaching up to 15 meters, 49 feet, which makes it difficult to harvest their fruit. But now, farmers are using smarter techniques. They're making smaller trees by grafting, which is like joining parts of different trees together. This way, they can control the height better. They might use branches from older trees or join them with young trees to keep them smaller and easier to manage. Out of the many types of mangoes, about 350 are grown for sale, and only a handful are popular worldwide. The kinds you find in stores depend on where you are because different areas have different conditions that suit certain types of mangoes. The sweet Carabao mango, also known as the Carabao, is famous for its sweetness and is grown primarily in the Philippines. The climate, soil, and land shape there all help make the mangoes extra sweet. The Philippines Intellectual Property Office says only mangoes from Guimaras can be called Guimaras mangoes. They're so good that they're served in big places like Buckingham Palace and the White House. Lots of them get sent abroad from the island all year round. The sweet Katamon mango, also called the continuous mango, comes from Thailand and is known for its small size, sweetness, and juiciness. Unlike some mangoes, it's not sour even when it's not quite ripe, and when it is ripe, it doesn't leave any funny taste in your mouth. Even when it's ready to eat, it stays green, and it usually weighs between 400 to 600 grams. To begin mango farming, farmers assess suitable mango varieties based on local climate conditions, disease resistance, and market demand. After choosing the mango types, they get the land ready. This means clearing away weeds, rocks, and other junk, and making sure the soil is just right for mango trees to grow well. Find and pick mango types that like the weather and soil where you live. Think about things like how good the fruit tastes, if the trees can fight off diseases, and if people want to buy them. Pick a spot for your mango trees where water can flow away easily and they can get lots of sunlight. Clean up the land by taking away any trash, rocks, or plants you don't want. Then, if the soil needs it, add stuff to make it better for the mango trees to grow well. Before the rainy season, dig individual holes for planting mango saplings. Put the mango tree saplings with special branches in these holes, leaving space between them. Make sure the place where the special branches are joined to the other part of the tree is above the ground, so the wrong part of the tree doesn't grow. Usually, the mango farmers carefully plan the mango tree plantation, digging pits before the rainy season to ensure optimal growth conditions for the newly planted saplings. Make sure the mango trees get enough water regularly, especially when it's dry and during the first few years after planting. Use special ways like drip hoses or sprinklers to water them so the water goes right to the roots and doesn't get wasted. Put some natural material like leaves or straw around the bottom of the trees to keep the soil damp, stop weeds from growing, and make the soil better for the trees. Keep the area around the trees free from other plants that might take away water and food from the mango trees. Follow a plan for feeding the trees based on what the soil test says and what mango trees need. Give them different kinds of natural or chemical fertilizers at different times when they're growing. Make sure the fertilizers contain things like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and sometimes other important things too. When fertilizing mango trees, it's important to follow a fertilizing schedule to ensure optimal growth and fruit production in mango trees. Pruning mango trees involves trimming the branches to create a balanced structure. Prune the young trees to make them grow with good, even branches. Take off any branches that are dead, broken, or sick-looking. Every year, trim the trees to keep them the right size and shape, and make sure air can move around them well. Keep an eye on the mango farm often to check for bugs that might harm the trees, like mango hoppers or fruit flies. If there are pests, use different ways to deal with them, like changing how you farm, using helpful bugs, or using special chemicals. Also, look out for signs of diseases like spots on the fruit or weird shapes in the tree, and do things to stop them from spreading or fix them if they do. High-density mango plantations, HDPs, and ultra-high-density mango plantations, UHDPs, are farming techniques that increase mango yields and productivity. HDPs aim to balance the vegetative and reproductive load, while UHDPs involve planting trees closer together. Check if the mangoes are ready to pick by looking at their size, color, and how hard they are. When they're ready, pick them carefully so they don't get hurt. Clean and organize the fruit after picking. Put them in the right boxes or bags to take them to the store or sell them. Mango organic farming is a method that relies on natural materials and methods to grow mangoes without using harmful chemicals or practices that harm the environment. It's a way of farming that's good for both people and the planet. Organic mangoes are grown without pesticides, weed killers, artificial fertilizers, or other fake stuff. They're thought to be healthier and taste nicer than mangoes grown with chemicals because they have more good stuff like vitamins, minerals, and things that help keep you healthy. When it's time for mango harvesting, do it between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. to reduce the sticky stuff that comes out of them. Use a special tool to pick the mangoes when they're green, but almost ready to eat, leaving a little bit of the stem on them. Flip the mango upside down to get rid of the shiny stuff on the skin and let the sticky stuff come out. A mango harvesting machine can pick mangoes with a small part of the stem still attached, which makes it easier and helps the fruit last longer. After mango harvesting, washing and packing are done accordingly. Farmers typically rinse mangoes with water to remove any sap or residues, avoiding the use of soap. You can put soap on them before cutting off the stem, then rinse with water. Mango packing is done by using plastic crates with newspaper inside if you're selling them nearby, or using tougher boxes for sending them far away. Cut the stems a little bit, let them dry, and then pack them up. If you want, you can dip them in warm water for a short time to clean them more before packing. Farmers need to plan their fruit production carefully to match how they sell their fruit to make money. Just growing good fruit isn't enough for a successful business. Making a profit depends on how much fruit you grow, how good it is, how big it is, and how well you can sell it. There are different ways to sell fruit, like selling directly to people or selling to big stores. Farmers need to understand what their customers want and be ready to meet those expectations. Starting a fruit farm can be expensive, and it costs a lot to keep it running. Keeping pests away and taking care of the plants can be expensive too. Some years you might get a lot of fruit, and other years you might not. To make sure you get good fruit and enough of it, farmers have to come up with smart ways to grow and sell it. Sometimes farmers use fruit that's not good enough to sell fresh to make other things like dried fruit or juice, so they don't lose money.